knife watch. So it's been a while since I've done some watch reviews or any watch content. Gotta say, really a huge fan of Hodinkee sending me over this free gift of the volume 6 of the Hodinkee magazine. Very cool. Some people say that they're trying to repair their image since they may have offended some people for dropping a travel clock during these shelter-in-place days where many people can't travel. But I found this to be a very charming way to get my customer excitement back on and popping. So I haven't even opened up this magazine yet, but just want to say thank you, Hodinkee, for sending this over. Very cool. So gonna open this up and do some reading. But this, if you can see the title, is my top 10 favorite watches of the summer. A lot of people have been asking me to see my collection. I don't want to say how many watches I have. I've got a few, but here's my top 10 collection of this summer. So these are the watches that I have worn this summer more than any other timepiece. I keep my watches in watch boxes and with a little bit of cloth, a little bit of silicone to keep them dry. And so let's get right into it, okay? So this is a quick snapshot of them so you can kind of get a view. So let's begin. First and foremost, we're gonna start with the watches that I've worn the most to the least. All right, so starting with the watch that I've worn the most, it has been Seiko, okay? So the watches that I wear the most are the watches I'm wearing right now on my hand, the Seiko SRPC 77 and the Seiko 5 in all gold. This is a model you're only gonna see in Asia right now if you wanna order it. So what I love about Seiko dive watches and dive style watches is they do a great job with gold. You know, why not give me gold that's gonna give me some style points here, right? If you're gonna give me a gold watch, make sure that you do it well. If you're not gonna give me a gold watch, I might not be a customer. I love companies that give me an option of gold because it really shows that they have a diverse customer base that they want to speak to. Some people say they don't wanna wear gold if it's not real gold. Give me a break. If you're over here with a Seiko watch and you're a fan of watches, you shouldn't care what the quality of the actual precious metal is unless you're really an advanced collector. I haven't met anybody who has one G-Shock and one all gold watch. If you do not wear gold watches, just admit it. It's because it doesn't work with your complexion, and that's fine. There are some watches that don't work on my complexion, and I don't say that that material is bad or anything like that. I just move on with my day. So this gold Seiko Turtle with the strap code bracelet to me is just absolutely phenomenal. It really works. It's not too pink, it's not too red, it's not gaudy. Yes, gold is flashy, but I typically only wear all black. So my watches are responsible for giving me a little bit of pop of excitement and color into my outfit. And this one does it excellently. Let's move on. All right. The Seiko 5, some people call this the Dress KX in two-tone. Again, love Seiko and what they do with this. This is a fairly new model. And what they've done with this is actually taken a mix of what some people would say is the SKX. That's why they call it the Dress KX. It's a field watch. It's a dress watch. It's a Seiko dive style watch, right? With that gold bezel that's polished. And we've got a gold crown and a two-tone bracelet that actually, believe it or not, is quite serviceable and comfortable. It's light, it's thin, and I think it's just an excellent piece. I am scared every time I put this on because then I don't take it off for about 3 or 4 days. It makes me neglect all of my watches, and I was kind of worried when I first got this as to how I was gonna feel about a two-tone Seiko watch. Let me tell you, two-tone is addictive. If you wear one, you're gonna want more. And I do have a few in the collection, but this has been my most worn two-tone watch of this summer, and I really, really love it. And Seiko, you did a great job with these new models. This one, I don't think a lot of people have been picking them up, but trust me, this would be a strap monster as well. It looks great on leather, especially black and brown leather. And people are gonna be wanting to pick one of these up before they're all gone in a few years. If they do ever discontinue the Seiko 5 Dress KXs, this will be one of the ones that you're not going to see everywhere because everybody gauds over or excuse me, goes gaga over the other ones. The more basic blue, gray, which I also have. All right, next, Baltic. I'm a huge Baltic fan. I have, I think, 6 Baltic watches. I only have 2 here in my top 10 collection. Let's talk about this one real quick. This is the Baltic Brown Aquascaphe. I have put this on a aftermarket strap. It took me a while to find a rubber bracelet. This originally comes on a Baltic Tropic. That is really nice, but to me, it's a little bit flimsier than I like my rubber to be. Check out the sunburst on the Baltic Aquascaphe, okay? You guys getting a good image here? You know, see if we can get a little closer here, okay? So this Baltic Aquascaphe in bronze has a beautiful sunburst dial that is just incredible in person, absolutely phenomenal. And this bronze is just so subtle yet so flashy at the same time. I love it. It looks like a gold watch and it looks like a bronze watch at the same time. The way that they did the brushing, the circular brushing on this bezel, that is not colored in, it's just bronze on bronze with the 1530 and 45. I think it's just really handsome. There's no mistakes aesthetically on this watch. You got a beautifully signed crown with a little bit of graining on that crown behind the B. And just Baltic, the reason I'm a huge fan of them is their typography in terms of their design is just beautiful, okay? You're getting a beautifully easy to use, just everyday piece that gives you a little bit of pop of color. The blue that comes on this really, really calms it down. And I was so happy that I found this strap because this is a very rare kind of bronze. Usually bronze watches are like this pink, almost rose gold color that to me is just, I get a little bit tired of it after a while. And there's just an incredible, listen to this. Incredible bezel action. It is so secure, no back play, locked in. Okay, I've worn this a ton. I've actually earned a scratch on it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I've worn this a ton when I go outside and play soccer with my kids or, you know, doing the dishes. I don't take this off at all. You know, I'm proud to wear this, and I've been trying to get it very, 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 I guess, patinaed, whatever the verb for that is. And it's just been such a gradual, slow, and even bronzing process. Just love the bronze Aquascaphe. Huge Baltic fanboy here. Let me stop just shilling Baltic for a second. There's other pieces here that deserve some attention, or we'll be here all day. We're already 8 minutes in. I've only gone over about 4 pieces. Okay, so next, the Sinn 104 in white dial on the fine link bracelet. What can I say about this? I featured this in another video. If you want to learn more about the Sinn 104, just check out YouTube. The whole industry is absolutely crazy about Sinn, and I can tell you that they're right about it. This is a phenomenal watch with the countdown bezel that is actually bi-directional and made in Germany. You need a German piece in your collection if you don't have one. I also drive a Volkswagen, so when I get in my Volkswagen Atlas, I love to wear my German Sinn, and this is my Monday go-to-work watch. It's very business, but very fun. And let me show you the presence it has on wrist, okay? I have 6.8, maybe 6.75 inch wrist, depending on the heat. This fine link bracelet immediately turns whatever you're wearing into just like more of a business professional kind of look. The way this plays in the light is absolutely phenomenal. It really brings out the brushed and polished contrast of the light in a beautiful way. It's a commanding watch that says, I'm here, I'm an everyday sports watch, I'm a dive watch, I'm a flieger, I'm a pilot watch, I'm a field watch, I'm everything. I'm a one watch collection. There's so much content on YouTube about the Sinn 104. It doesn't make sense for me to add any more. I've also made a video about 5 things you didn't know about the Sinn 104, so check that out. All right, so this is 100%, without a doubt, my favorite watch in my collection. There is no question about it. It's funny, I actually do typically pair this when I go anywhere and I need to bring more than one watch with the Sinn 104, because this will be my quintessential dress piece. Should your dress piece be a chronograph? I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. But this salmon dial worn and wound collaboration with Baltic is absolutely my knockout watch. You're talking about a timepiece that has exploded in value, maybe as far as 300% since it came out this year. This, to me, was the last watch that was released before coronavirus became really, really what it is today. Man, I shouldn't have said that word. To me, this is the watch that really was the last true just release before everything got kind of crazy. And it is just unbelievable. This is just something that, let me charge it up a little bit here. Let me get this going. I mean, this is just an excellent piece. I mean, I love everything about it. It's not too pink. It's not too salmon. It's just this, it's got this golden copper feeling to it. The way that the bezel is just kind of playing with light in that stepped case. I mean, I just love it. It's so simple, so classy, worn and wound on the back. I paired this with the Sinn 104 strap, and it is just so magical on wrist. The way that these work together is amazing. It originally comes on a blue shell cordovan strap, which is very handsome. But I gotta tell you, I love it on the Sinn 104 strap because it kind of toughens up the watch a little bit, if you know what I mean. It adds a layer of tenacity when you got this thick leather strap from Sinn, which I think this is the best leather strap you can get, bar none, for a kind of sports watch that you want to kind of add a relaxing tone to it. It's got this sort of coffee brown color with a cream stitching. It is so thick. This bracelet is, or sorry, this strap is as thick as a bracelet. Okay, let me just show you real quick. Okay, so it's almost as thick as the watch itself outside of that glass. And anyway, enough gaga-gagging. Again, I'm just, I can't tell you enough about this watch. I just love it. Stop that chronograph, works great. It's a Bicompax. Got a Myota movement in here, and I just absolutely love it. Anyway, 50 millimeters water resistance, not taking this into the water. I got this watch the same day I found out I was having my first daughter, so this will be her watch someday. If you're watching this, honey, someday, love you, okay? Hope you enjoy the Baltic, not selling it. Okay, moving on. Can you tell I like dive watches? I think you already know that. Laurier Neptune Black Gilt version 3. This is an unbelievable daily watch. Can you just get the vibe of the sort of the light play that's on here? Okay, the way that every single part of this case, this lug, and this bracelet, they work in tandem and are so beautiful in person against any light. Low light legibility is unbelievable on Laurier. I love the fact that it's acrylic crystal. I can fix any scratch on this. I can wear this watch every single day and clean it up, and it'll look brand new every day. This brushing just does not, it never ever goes down in terms of being a beautiful contrast with the polish on the side of the case. We've got a beautiful sign crown with the Laurier chevron. The black gilt gives you just some pop when you want to. It's just an everyday watch. You're just like, okay, let me throw on a black face watch that actually is really beautiful and just go on about my day. Don't really think about it. Got a nice 38-hour power resistance. Immediately, you realize when you look down at your wrist at the time for the first time in the day, you feel great looking at that gold just smiling at you. So it's got a subtle black gilt on it. It's not a faux gilt or anything like that. It's just gold. And man, can you tell I love gold? But this is when I want to just put something on and feel like I'm not being too flashy, but I feel special because I got a little bit of gold. Now let's talk about the Laurier that I spent months trying to get. And It was just so hard to find one of these. Lauriers in general are almost impossible to find. This is the Laurier Falcon version 1 with a white dial. And I think the reason they call it a Falcon is because just like a Falcon, it's tough. And it's got this beautiful dial that's got this beautiful texture, which reminds me of falcon talons or feathers. Oh my goodness. It is just so beautiful in person. And the warmth that you get from, again, that acrylic crystal. Look at the thickness of that crystal. I mean, I love that. This case is just so beautiful. I love this, how the bezel has this sort of, it kind of adds to the domed effect and really adds the height to the watch and the illusion of even more height. It really makes it more dramatic, but still fits over the cuff of a sleeve really easily. And on wrist, just like the other Laurier I just showed you, this has been worn a ton. I don't know if you guys can see some of the scratches and some of the bruises and bumps I've had on this, but the light play, I mean, are you kidding me? It's not going away at all. It's still, no matter what I do, it looks brand new. And again, it's a gold that I love, that is not gaudy, it's not too pink, it's not too red. Let's put it next to this one of Seiko. Seiko's is actually a little bit more pink. This is really a pure yellow gold, and it just works perfectly with some of my blonde hairs in my arm and just, you know, the complexion of my skin. It pops, and again, with my all black wardrobe mostly, it just works for me. And so 200 meters of water resistance on this original Laurier Falcon version 1. They told me they're going to come out with another gold Laurier. Which model? Haha, don't you worry. This model, the Laurier Falcon version 2. Oh yeah, this doesn't make any sense. How is this the Falcon version 1 and this is the version 2? It looks like, well, maybe they hated the first version. Maybe they really didn't like it. To me, the Falcon 1 competed with the Hydra in terms of the way that these raised and beautiful indices are set up. And it also kind of competes with looking like almost the same as the Neptune, right? In terms of the case shape, it's almost identical, right? I don't know their thinking on it, and I really do want to ask them about it, and I will. But let me tell you, there's nothing about Laurier watches I don't love. I love Laurier and Baltic just as much as the other, and I will do a head-to-head of Laurier watches versus Baltic watches. Just wait. But look at what kind of updates and upgrades they made to this. You could do a whole video, and there are videos about these upgrades, but this Laurier Falcon version 2 in blue, again, we still have that amazing textured dial. I mean, in person, guys, it is so classy. It's handsome. I still have the sticker on the back of this. This was actually my birthday watch. My birthday is in the middle of summertime, so I chose to wear this one the whole day with a black, you know, suede shirt. Excuse me, black linen shirt, and it just I felt like the man, because this is so timeless. The 36 millimeter case, the shorter lug to lug than the original Laurier Falcon, and it has that class and character that comes with every light play you get of every Laurier watch. So Teddy Baldassar has reviewed the Laurier Falcon 2, and he agrees with me that this is just something you gotta take a look at if you haven't already. Absolutely love it. I don't know which one I would trade, if at all. These are all, to me, keepers. Obviously, I've worn them most this summer. I don't flip watches very often, but if I'm going to flip something, it's probably not going to be any of my Lauriers. And that speaks a lot for somebody who also has Tudor watches, Sinns, and things that are a little bit maybe pricier. Goodness gracious. Let's go back to the Laurier Gemini, their other model. These are both worn and wound collaborations with micro brands. And does Worn and Wound know what they're doing or what? Jeez Louise. Absolute class. This is the Laurier Gemini, Worn and Wound, one of 88 in the world. Oh my gosh. With the cerulean face, one-eyed chronograph. Oh my goodness. You got the classic Gemini case back, which is absolutely beautiful. Again, guys, one of 88 in the world. And I gotta tell you, this just looks so good in person. It is just absolutely insane. The chronograph works phenomenally. The timekeeping on this has been phenomenal. This is sort of like my two-tone Seiko. I try not to wear it. I always think about wearing it, but when I wear it, I can't take it off. And that's dangerous with chronographs because you got to shower, right? I don't typically shower my watches, learn my lesson. But goodness, who does this not look great on? It doesn't matter what you think of watches or wristwatches in general. Anybody would think this is charming. It's got a toughness because it's got that steel bezel, which is bi-directional 12 click. Goodness, awesome. So you got a little bit of almost like a GMT functionality there, locks up great. You have your classic chronograph timekeeping, and that naked eye there, I mean, it's just so different. And then you've got this amazing pattern on the actual chronograph time here for the minutes. Unbelievable. The chevron on the Laurier in all white, so clean. The Gemini and the tip of that chronograph seconds hand is just so cool in that it's like a yellow orange. I mean, what a winner. What a huge winner. This is a never sell. Good luck finding one of these. They went right on sale on eBay after these dropped. I don't know why anybody would let go of one of these. So, last but not least, oh man, yeah guys, I'm sorry, I had to get it. The Smiths PRS-25. You want to talk about hard to get? This is harder to get. This place more hard to get than your high school sweetheart when you first met her, okay? Guys, Smiths Everest PRS-25, in an homage to two watches all in one, the Rolex Explorer 369, as well as the Smiths, which is a brand that was reborn by time factors. They absolutely nailed this watch. You want to talk about beauty? The riveted bracelet that goes from 20 millimeters down to a nice and tight 16. Oh man, absolutely beautiful. Look at this on my 6.75 or 6.8 inch wrist. Pure class, okay, as TGV would say, with that contrasting polished and brushed, beautifully signed logo on that clasp. The clasp is fantastic. I've also done an unboxing of this, still reviewing it. I wear it a ton, but all of these I wear pretty much equally. I change at some point every day just to see how I'm feeling. I'm typically an AM PM person. I put on whatever watch is in my heart in the morning, and I think about all day what I want to wear in the PM and give it some love. So the watch that I'm currently wearing right now is, again, the Seiko 5 in all gold. All of these watches you can find on my wrist at any given time, any day. I wear them for different purposes. But let me tell you, that is my summer state of the collection for what I wear. This is not my entire collection, just a sample for my friends to kind of check in. It's not about bragging or boasting. It's not about stunting. It's about true, genuine, just love for what you have. I've worked my behind off to get where I am in life. And these watches remind me that I deserve a pat on the back for myself. And as long as I can supply for my family, I'm investing in my family's future. My kids can go to college and have groceries. I think we're doing okay. So this is only to show people that, hey, you can be yourself and have your own style. As you can see, I typically have darker face dials. I have a couple of lighter face dials, but in general, I like gold, I like blue, I like black, and that's just typically where my style and wardrobe kind of comes together. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and of course, I always pair a knife with one of these. All right, guys, so stay sharp out there, keep your time good, and this has been my summer state of the collection. Knife Watch. Peace and love. Out.